I'm Dr. Manju Baba Raghav, Associate Professor in Chemistry, Government College, Kota. Today we will study about the ambivalent nucleophiles. This is in continuation to the nucleophilic effect we studied in the last chapter. So first of all, we should know what is the alpha effect. We say that nucleophiles which have an unshared electron pair on the atom immediately adjacent alpha to the nucleophilic center appear to be unusually strong donors, certainly in relation to their weak basicity, which has been explained. These species include hydrazine, hydroxylamine, and peroxide. So we say that nucleophiles which are having unshared electron pair on the atom, which is immediately alpha to the nucleophilic center, they are unusually strong donors. And this property is in striking contrast to their weakness as bases owing to the inductive effect of the adjacent heteroatom. For example, if we take hydroperoxide ion, though it is less basic than hydroxide ion by a factor of 10 raised to 4, it is more reactive in the displacement of bromide from bromoacetate by a factor of about 20. So though it is less basic than hydroxide, but if we see the displacement of bromide from bromoacetate, there it is very reactive by a factor of about 20. The origin of this hyperactivity appears to lie in the interaction between the unshared pair on adjacent atoms, which result in the raising of the highest occupied molecular orbital energy and enhancement of soft base behavior. So we say that why these such type of nucleophiles which are having which are having adjacent one unshared electron pair on the atom, why they are hyperactive? Because because it appears to lie in interaction between the unshared pair on adjacent atom, which result in raising of the highest occupied molecular orbital energy, and it increases the soft base behavior of the cases. Late transition states, which enable orbital overlap, the principal driving force, to be maximized, are characteristic of these and other soft interactions. So this enables the orbital overlap, and this is a principal driving force it is maximized. So we say, what are ambivalent nucleophiles? Species containing two or more nucleophilic centers of different types are known as ambivalent, where there are two or more nucleophile centers. And if each center is a part of conjugated system, the reactivity pattern can be analyzed by considering the distribution of HOMO and the charge, if any. One of the most important ambivalent nucleophile is the enolate ion, and it is an oxygen analog to the anion. The Huckel's molecular orbital characteristic may be calculated by solution of the 3×3 determinant, which is containing values of Coulomb integral and the resonance integral recommended for O minus. So here this is the case of allyl anion and this is the enolate. So if we see the 3×3 determinant of these two, these are the values are this type. And if we see the wave function Chi1, Chi2, Chi3 for the respective cases, so we see that here the value, this value is 0.5 and this is 0.895 increase, and this value is replaced by 0.700. So here we say that the MOs are depicted opposite and show that the effect of the heteroatom is to increase the charge at oxygen relative to carbon because of the large coefficient C3 in Chi1, but to decrease the coefficient of the HOMO at oxygen relative to the carbon. So, the effect of the, what is the effect of the heteroatom which is adjacent? It is to increase the charge of the oxygen which is relative to the carbon, but to decrease the coefficient of the HOMO at oxygen relative to carbon. This makes oxygen a hard nucleophilic center and carbon a soft one, so that the position of attack at oxygen or carbon depends upon the hard or soft character of the electrophile. Normally, enolates of simple aldehydes and ketones react at carbon with alkyl halides, which are soft electrophiles, but at oxygen with the harder acyl halides. So, here we see the case of the enolate ion, and here the alkyl halide, that is the electrophile. So, oxygen, we say it is a hard nucleophilic center, and carbon, it is a soft one. So, position of attack at oxygen or carbon, it depends upon the hard or soft character of the electrophile. So, alkyl halides, this react as a carbon center which are soft electrophile, and with the harder acyl halides, they oxygen with the harder acyl halides. This is for the carbon, 3 carbon case, that is allyl anion, and this is for the enolate anion. Here we see the coefficient values for Chi2. Here this is the oxygen center is the hard nucleophile center, so it reacts with the hard electrophile, and carbon is the soft nucleophile center, and it reacts with the soft electrophile. So if we see the case of acetoacetate, it is a stable enolate ion on which this theory can be tested. If we see its reaction with the alkyl halide, we find that the soft nucleophilic center, that is the carbon here, and oxygen, that is the harder one. So an alkyl halide attacks here on the carbon, this R plus group, it comes and attaches. So we get this type of product, and in this case the oxygen, that is the harder one base, so the R plus, it attaches here, and we get this product. If we see the increasing hardness, it is in the order of iodide, it is in the order of iodide is greater, then bromine, then OTOS, OSO2-OET, and OSO2-CH3. This is the maximum having hardness. Now, if we see the case of nitrite ion, NO2 minus, it is also an ambident and is attacked by the soft electrolytes, that is the methyl iodide or methyl bromide, principally at nitrogen. So we get this type of product which bears the largest coefficient of the HOMO, and hard nucleophiles CH3Br in the presence of silver ion. This is a hard electrophile. It reacts with the oxygen. So the nitrite ion, here it is the center of attachment is nitrogen, which attaches to the carbon, and here oxygen, it attaches to the carbon. So this way we can see the nature of the ambident nucleophiles. This is the case which is described for nitronium ion and nitrite ion. The related nitronium ion NO2 plus, is an electrophile, but it also has a principle frontier LUMO coefficient at nitrogen, at which, for example, it reacts with aromatic molecules. Aromatic compounds, PHX, for example, are ambident nucleophiles having ortho, meta, and para positions for attack. This aspect of the activity is partly frontier orbital controlled. Cyanide ion, if we take, it is soft at the carbon and relatively harder at the nitrogen. So if we see the alkylation, it normally yields alkyl cyanide, but in the presence of silver ion, the isocyanide NC, it gives the product. The measurement of electrophilicity, it may be defined as the capacity to accept an electron pair from a standard donor for which little in the way of quantitative information is available except for the proton. These are the electrophilicities, relative electrophilicities of the different electrophiles at 25 degrees. Then this Cl plus having the maximum 10⁻⁷, Br plus 10⁻⁶, HN2O5 10⁻⁵, nitronium ion 10⁻⁴, chlorine, and so on. And here we are having iodine with the minimum 10⁻⁵. So one reason for this is that many of the electrophiles of importance in organic chemistry are highly reactive transient species, carbocations of various types, nitronium ion, and halogens or acyl halides in the presence of aluminum halide. It is difficult to devise suitable experimental techniques leading to electrophilicity scales for such species. The list given, it is an attempt to provide order of magnitude. Thank you.